edit that part out.
It's crazy.
Hello, little guy.
Hello, little guy.
I wasn't ready for all that.
Good old days. It is science now.
Don't be scared.
Sparks.
I'm thinking to fall out.
That's a Lincoln, son. Squeeze's birthday.
Stay in power.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I figured I probably need to give you a rundown of what the whole setup is for people who haven't followed the whole build. I hate seeing dyno videos and you don't know what the setup is. So it's a stock block 454 out of a 1990 model 1-ton truck. So it's stock block, stock crank. It is a 4-bolt main setup, but we're reused the stock main bolts. But it's got H-beam rods. I can't remember the brand name, but they're like Scats or something like that. It's got cast hyper-eutectic dome top pistons. I don't remember the brand there either. It's got trick flow 320cc heads. It's got a comp hydraulic roller. I think I have a cam card in here. 251, 255 at 50,000, 714 lift, 115 load separation angle. No secrets here. It's running on a Holley Terminator X. It's got an off-brand single plane intake and elbow and 102 LS style throttle body. It's got 220 pound per hour Holley Terminator injectors. It's got twin Holley 450 pumps. It's got some eBay GT45 turbos. I think they're 69 millimeter on the compressor. It's got a Circle D converters, multi-disc lockup billet converter. I think it's 3600 stall, something like that. It's got a B&M Street Strip 4L80E that's rated for 800 horsepower. These are just 44 millimeter eBay wastegates. So we're non-intercooled hot air car, home built headers that have really short runners. Not the best flowing situation. It should make somewhere between 550 and 600 at the flywheel, which is not the numbers we're seeing tomorrow. This is a Mustang dyno. It's a heartbreaker, everybody says. So we're expecting 20% losses, maybe 30% losses in my mind. The number everybody throws out is 15%, but this has a high stall converter. It has a really bulky transmission, rear end, drive shaft. 15% is probably a good rule of thumb if you just have your average stock Mustang or Camaro or something. I'm guessing we're gonna have 20 to 30% losses. On the high side, if it makes 600 on motor, we lose 20%. That's losing 120 horsepower. That would put us at what, 480 at the wheels?
Yeah.
450 at the wheels is what I would be happy on motor. As far as what it's gonna make on boost, I know the turbos are probably gonna max out around 20 pounds of boost. So I don't know if we'll make it that far, because I think before we get there, I think our fuel pumps are gonna run out. Everybody says that you run out of fuel with these pumps around 800-900 is what they're saying. So, but we're not really going for the numbers so much. We're just going to tune the car safely, get it ready for the track. I guess we'll see you guys in the morning. We got to be there at 8 a.m. So we got a little bit of a drive to get there. We're gonna haul it there because we don't know if it's coming back. Should we take a shovel?
Why?
Pick up parts?
Oh, probably.
I'm really excited because I've never done it this way. I've always went to like events and put it on the dyno. You just get like a 1 or 2 runs and you don't get to change anything. This way we're actually gonna be able to run it, add timing, add fuel, whatever, see what it does, see what it likes. I'm excited about this. I've never got to do this. The highest dyno number I've ever made up until now, the Maverick put down 474 and the guy let out at 5,000. So it was climbing and the guy let out. It never peaked. And it had 30% slip with a torque converter. We'll see in the morning. Let's see what this thing does. I can't wait.
Guys, if you haven't figured it out yet, debt is a trap. I know we've grown up in a society where debt is really pushed at us all the time, and everybody says, oh, you got to have this payment and that payment and build your credit and blah, blah, blah. I figured out in my life that having less debt is way less stressful. And that's what I've worked for a long time now, is getting out of debt. I can definitely tell you less payments is less stress. And that's why I want to talk to you about today's sponsor, PDS Debt. They help people get out of debt, which is a great thing. Anybody with at least $10,000 in eligible debt qualifies, even if you have bad to fair credit. If you've been making all these payments and it doesn't seem like you're making any traction, PDS Debt can help. They strive to understand your specific scenario and provide alternative solutions to becoming debt-free. PDS Debt has customized options for anybody struggling with medical bills, credit cards, collections, and personal loans. And right now they're offering our viewers a free debt analysis that only takes 30 seconds. So you got that much time. They can save you money on those high interest credit cards and loans you've got, and there's no minimum credit score required. I know PDS Debt really could have helped me out back when I had a bunch of small loans that I wasn't making any traction on. So stop waiting and start saving. Get your free debt analysis right now at pdsdebt.com/sleeperdude. It only takes 30 seconds at pdsdebt.com/sleeperdude. That's pdsdebt.com/sleeperdude. Start making some traction today and get those debts paid off where you can live a less stressful life with pdsdebt.com. Go check them out. We really appreciate them helping us out and sponsoring this video. It makes all this possible. Now let's find out what this car makes on the dyno.
It's getting serious. We got the cooler out, y'all. We're planning on making a day of it. I did actually sleep last night. Now, the night before I didn't sleep hardly thinking about this, but you know, you get them boosting timing numbers in your head and you just can't sleep. Oh, wow. Hopefully I learned some things today. As much as you've done something as a hobbyist or whatever, if you've never done it for a living, there's definitely things you could learn. So this guy does tuning for a living, so hopefully I can learn some things today. He can teach me a few things. We gotta leave now if we're gonna be on time, so let's get out of here. Woo! We can't leave out without getting guesses on how much power it will make. I'm gonna guess high, even though it scares me to. 972, but that's really high.
You're locked in. I'm going with 1,000.
Whoa!
I'm going to the moon. I'm just gonna do 1,000 even.
Oh gosh.
923. I'll go 900 flat. 878.
I really hope we didn't all overshoot. That would be embarrassing.
We're all gonna be broken hearted.
I'm gonna cry. It's gotta be. It's gotta
Well,
be.
6 or 7's crazy power.
We're dreaming big. We got big
positive,
dreams around
we gotta
here.
be positive.
Enough excuses. Let's go.
Let's go.
We even got ethanol on the truck, son. I mean, everything we got's in max effort mode today. I used to actually come out here. Right next door was a machine shop that I used to use all the time. And I really miss the guy. He was really easy to deal with. It was the good old days for machine shops. I've never met this guy. He's been down here a long time tuning cars. I'm excited and nervous at the same time.
Right.
Look at them, Marge.
Look at them.
Marge loves the baby cows in the field. Farm country out here.
Hi, babies.
Here it is, guys. Right here on the right. I like that blue, huh? So unload across the street. Yeah.
Look at them Camaros. Lord. Mustangs.
We should be here any minute. Imagine this. We're a little early.
I could have slept me in.
Black GTO like I used to have. Hey, vet, right here. I feel like I've seen that car around.
You think the logs will do all right?
I don't know. We'll see.
Sometimes, 90-degree turns.
Yeah.
Pull down there and
That was good.
guide you.
Thank you.
It needs a Starsky and Hutch strap.
Right, yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
She done made a camp out here.
I heard this dyno can be a dream killer. That's the word on the street.
It's just a truth teller. Some people can't handle the truth. Mustang, Sun, Clayton, Superflow, Dyno, Dynamics, Mainline, all the companies that make dynos that have been around for a long time,
Yeah.
they all roughly read the same. So in the 80s, Dynajet came along, and they had a fudge factor built into their INI file that makes theirs read high.
Okay.
But because they were inexpensive and cheap, there's a lot of them out there.
Yeah.
And I'm not knocking them. They're good machines. I'm just saying that
Yeah.
their numbers are wrong. All the ones that have agreed for a long time, they should, because it's physics. It's X amount of work done in X amount of time. And the formula hadn't changed since
Right.
the apple fell out of the tree and hit Newton in the head. It's still the same formula. That little hummingbird would get on out of here.
We're gonna make it pull on motor and see if it likes the timing and fuel I've got in it. See where we're at to get a baseline.
Did y'all see what I seen?
Yes, we watched
The fireball?
I saw some sparks too. It may have been the turbo.
Well, a 284. It'll make more than that.
That was only 5,200. Don't judge it yet.
Yeah, don't do it.
12.5. You think that's pretty good?
Yeah, that's fine.
That's where
That's
I
fine
always have that.
with the pops unhooked like they are.
Right.
Purposely.
I thought it was pretty close.
Right, here we go. We're gonna
Make another pull.
this time.
See here what it looks like. He said at 6,000 it was peak.
So it made 317 on that pool. And
That's not I thought it made for sure.
Yeah, foot-pound torque. Basically peaked right there around 5,600 and started diving off.
I'm surprised it's not making power at a higher RPM than that with that cam.
Yeah, I'm really surprised too, to be honest.
I was hoping to get higher numbers than that on motor too. I mean, maybe I've got something wrong with the timing, and
I'm curious about this right here. Why it peaked that early? That cam definitely.
so how much will being in second gear affect the numbers? Will it change anything?
Yeah, it'll make more than 30.
Full 2 degrees from this whole area thing,
I would catch this one right here.
all the way.
I just highlight the whole thing and suck 2 out of it.
So we took 2 degrees out of everything.
Yeah.
Okay, let's try that. Pretty similar, doesn't it?
Right, so this is both runs laid on top of each other. As you can see, it was basically about the same. It lost 1 peak, and it lost 1 foot-pound torque.
We should be really close to it, right, on the
Yeah.
timing
Well,
on motor.
right, you took out 2 degrees, and it didn't really negatively affect it. And, timing for the sake of timing is never a good
Right.
thing.
I was expecting to make in the 400s on motor, just because it's a 10-to-1 motor, good head, big block.
So if we were on a jet right now, it would have made about 45 more.
I think I'm all right with leaving it where it's at on motor and hooking the pipe up now. We got to be really near what it wants
Yeah.
on motor. That's revving, isn't it?
Yes,
It's scary.
scare me.
I don't know how they pull them to like 8 or 10 grand. Like
I
it's
don't
crazy.
like it.
It made so much less than I thought it would on motor.
Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah. Most people would have never ran on motor.
You may need to edit that part out.
Yeah.
So, what did you think about the dyno pools?
It was awesome.
You didn't even see it. Did you hear it?
Yeah.
Didn't the Pinto make 200 and something?
That is not even nice. That is not nice. That's not nice at all. The Super Coupe made more than that. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Super Coupe's going like pan on turbo.
I felt that in my soul.
Yeah.
I felt it in my legs. Did you feel it?
Yeah.
A little scary.
What happened?
No, it's scary that it's
Oh.
pulling so hard like that, like the
I felt
RPM.
it down in my bones.
No doubt. It made 5 pounds boost.
Yeah, it made 380 horsepower.
380.
Yes. but it's held it for a long way.
So our air fuel was right where I want it to be. It was 12s, and then at the top of it, it got into 11, which is really safe. Ignition timing was 24 degrees of timing, which is probably very low, honestly, at that low of a boost level. We may put some timing in it.
How we turn that mess up?
Oil pressure was 80 psi at the end of the pool. So it was trying to pull 7%, a little rich, trying to pull fuel out. Everything's working. Our second fuel pump came on. That's this blue line. A little disappointed on the numbers. I'm trying to take my time and tune it slowly. It's very tempting just to turn the boost up and see a decent number, but we'll get there, hopefully. It is going to be lower than I thought it looks like.
So see these -10s and
Big numbers, yeah.
14s and all that.
We pretty much guessed at everything in boost. We just guessed.
Go in here and zero out what I don't want to.
Where we think it's lying to us, right?
Yeah. So I don't want to make a giant correction and overshoot, okay?
Yeah.
So I'll take the whole thing, offset selected, and then times 0.5.
So you just made half the change.
Yeah, cut those in half, just to kind of get me in the ballpark.
Because this is volumetric efficiency based, it's probably going to be similar as it goes up, right?
Exactly. Hill, column values, which in turbulence, okay? And then I'm just going to go up here, transfer learning to base, and then that applies my corrections without having to sit here and punch in every single little cell. That makes sense.
Yeah, it makes total sense. Yeah.
And it's easy.
Yeah. Timing. We were at 24 degrees.
I think we need to add some.
15 pounds of boost, we're at 12 degrees. 10 pounds of boost, we're at 18.
I might do something like this. Offset selected. By 1.
So that gives us about 4 degrees more-ish. 2 degrees more, okay.
My gosh, it's crazy.
Made 398.7, picked up a little bit. Made 425 foot-pounds of torque, so it picked up a little bit.
Where's it making peak power? What RPM?
Peaking right here, about 5,000, but it's holding, so it's not just diving off.
I just figured it would make it at above 6,000 for that can.
Peak torque 44, 24. As we put timing and boost in it may extend it.
So we're going 99 miles an hour. Oh, that's for the peak one. What is it doing top?
118.
118, okay.
Not bad for second gear.
Yeah.
All right. So, look at that. Wow.
Oh, I got it. Go give him some Powerade.
What? Oh, you caught the hummingbird? Let her out, yeah.
Well, hello, little guy. We're going to get you something good to drink. And then we're going to let you go. Come in there.
I saw his tongue going.
Oh my gosh. He said, yeah, that's good.
Beach.
You want some more? Oh, hello. I'm off the mark here.
What's his little tongue? It's like, that's crazy.
Here you go. You still want some more? Or are you good to go? Get your bearings about you.
He's a cute, ain't he? Hi, little guy.
That tongue goes wild. This is the best part of the day.
Wow, he's getting it. That's crazy. I didn't know they would just sit in your hands.
They don't normally.
You don't want to go. Oh. Oh, well, that's a good point.
Oh man,
I've got a new friend.
You want some more?
Ooh. Oh.
Don't let him. Don't move.
No. Go get him. Oh, come on. Come on.
Go, buddy. Be free.
Did you save his life?
Yes, we saved his life.
Is Squeeze got it out there?
No, it finally flew away.
Oh, good. Good for it.
Yeah.
That's good. 27 degrees, and then it kind of hit 26 at the top of it. I think we're going to pull a little bit of fuel and maybe add a little bit of timing again. We'll probably never race it at this level, honestly, on this low of boost, but you don't want to have a bad spot in your fuel or timing map, because that stuff too, if you're trying to spool up, can help with spool up. You know, if it's running like a turd somewhere in the middle, hard to get it to 10 pounds if it runs like a turd at 5.
For the big, the fattest one right here. That's all right. 416. Yeah, that's a little better. That's effectively 1 degree of time.
Cool.
Previous pull over the current pull, horsepower and torque.
Oh, so that picked up a lot in the middle, didn't it?
Yeah, that's just 1 degree of time. I mean, we did make some fuel changes, but because of the correction, we didn't really change.
Yeah. That's crazy. It's funny, like on motor, it made hardly any difference. We were already pretty much where we needed to be, but it's definitely locking the timing.
So now what? You want to put some more?
You can only go so far with that.
The law of diminishing returns.
Russ.
You know about that?
Yeah, like you do a little change and it makes a lot of power. You do a little change, it makes a lot of power.
Yeah.
Then it makes less power. Then it makes hardly anything, and then you blow your car up.
better stop. Exactly. That's exactly
But
right.
we're not quite there yet, right?
We can go another one. That's more than excessive.
What only 2%, yeah. 27.5 degrees at the end.
Yeah, it's time to throw another one in.
Adding 1 degree. Fuel looks good.
$436. Is that better? It's better. It's a lot. It was $416 last time. It went from like $390 to $416 to $436. So it's all healthy. The torque and the horsepower are 0.1 different. Really?
448.
It made the same torque and horsepower, didn't it? 448, 448.
Yeah, you got better eyes than I do.
28 degrees of timing.
Look at that. So we basically gained almost nothing back here, a little here, and a lot there.
Out there.
Yeah.
Really?
So that means we're going to go back and take away back here.
It wants it up top.
Yeah. And where diminishing returns are coming in here, we're not going to put any more in there. But this out here,
So above
we made
5,000, it's making a lot.
throw a little more at it.
We're not adding timing down here, but where it made big gains, we're adding timing there and not out past here either. Because see, you were saying that closes up. We're learning.
That felt big, didn't it? Crazy.
457. 458.
Okay.
Got pretty square. Just out here, really.
That was 1 degree more. Is that 10 horsepower from the last one? And this is on 5 pounds of boost once again.
Now we're gonna up it.
Yeah, probably. Do you think any more changes at this boost level?
We're kind of at the diminishing returns right there. So no, I think it's time to move on.
Which I've never turned the boost up past this point, so I have no idea what it's going to go to. So we were good still. We're right at 12.0 air fuel, or like 11.9. Closed loop was like 1%. We hit pretty full boost at 4,000 RPM. It pretty much starts to level off there, so it's pretty pulled up. 29 degrees of timing there. Using 500 pounds an hour of fuel. All right, well, let's turn the boost up and see what happens.
It's about to go to the moon. Well, you better pray hard.
My brand. These were with it, and I pulled the inner one out. There's a smaller one in there, inner diameter than that. So we've never ran the car with these springs in it. I took them out when we first ran the car on boost. So it's got a smaller spring than this inside there. So we're gonna put this spring back in. Oil pressure staying solid. I'm nervous every time. Fuel pressure staying solid. So everything looks good if we can just get the boost turned up. Before the end of the day, I'd love to get it to at least 15 pounds.
That's more like it.
So it doubled the boost, but did not make a whole lot more power.
Made a ton more torque.
590. What's the difference in these two numbers?
The top number right here is uncorrected. It's just the raw number. This is with correction factor. That means it's corrected to a standard that takes into account temperature, barometric pressure, and humidity.
Okay.
It corrects to a standard. That way, if you come back in January and it's 30 degrees
Okay.
outside, the
Yeah.
numbers are comparable. So you go by that.
So 590
That's
torque,
pretty
which
good.
is good, at 4,308 and 485 horsepower, 47. I saw 10 or 11 PSI. We'll see here. I'll look at the data log. 10.9.
Look and see if air temperature pulls all the time out. That may be what's going on.
10 pounds
Boost
boost.
come up to 10.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We were at 23 degrees of timing it.
See, this is the power on this coil, and that's 1 torque. It actually lost
Up top.
up there.
Why would that be?
It made a lot more torque.
It is pulling a lot of fuel. Look at the torque difference at 4,200. So it gained 130 pounds of torque at 4,200 RPM. But the odd thing is, see, this should have carried on up like this. And for some reason, it fell off past really 4,200, 4,300. Like it just falls like off like a cliff at 40,
Oh yeah.
42, 4,300.
This thing may be really sensitive to timing. We're gonna have to pull a couple. It'll probably make it worse, just to be sure we're going the right direction.
Yeah.
Then we'll probably put a couple in it after that.
It's like everything's going good and then it just stops going good right there.
It may be really sensitive. All right.
Pull 2 degrees, let's see if it helps.
I wasn't ready for all that.
Is that the new pool, the lower one?
Yeah.
So it didn't,
So out here, we didn't lose anything. As a matter of
it
fact,
may have picked up there,
just a small, minor, nothing.
but it lost.
It lost back here. And then out there, it was about the same.
Isn't this a really odd looking torque curve, or am I wrong?
It is very odd looking torque curve.
I would expect it to like level out and then slope off, right? More.
You know what it looks like?
What?
It's like an easy airflow.
It's got 70 something millimeter wheels on the exhaust and then 4-inch turn down.
This one doesn't feel good.
And this one goes up, that one goes straight into the wall.
That one crashed.
I was thinking our homemade headers may have hurt the power. We're pulling more timing as a test. See what it thinks about that. Guys, you've been asking for a long time. We finally have a Wall and Ralphie shirt. Look, we got the Ralphie Look at Them Dime shirt. YouTube certified welder. Can you believe it? Look, even got his name tag on there. And we got the Wall shirt with her Beetle on there. You guys have been asking for that forever. Rocky's even on there with his sunglasses on. So go check it out at thesleeperdude.com. So get them while they last. We got a limited number of them. We also got hats, hoodies, lots of other t-shirts, lots of stickers, artwork from the kids, a little bit of everything. So go check it out at thesleeperdude.com. As always, thanks for your support.
Dude, it went down far.
It lost power everywhere, right? Yeah, it lost a ton of power. So we're going the wrong way. We got to put time back in.
A lot of cars, you get in here and just start making back-to-back-to-backs, and, you know, they'll be 220 degrees or something.
So you're saying we did a good job? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying you got a good cooling system. You did a great job.
It's got a dual pass radiator on it. That's a Kia Soul electric fan.
That'll work.
So how much do you think we should add back to it?
So I'm gonna put back where it was, and then we're gonna go from there.
Putting time back.
Select this plus 4. So it did pick up a little bit of horsepower.
Sound like crazy, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, here. A lot of noise.
This is this pull over the last pull. So the extra
so it
timing did nothing for us back here, but it did pick up some power. It still got that weird curve that it had earlier.
That's our highest yet.
Yeah,
isn't it?
that's the best so far.
589, 530,
Yeah, I think
or
we've made
489, 530.
I think we've made a little more torque than that, but so
Yeah, after 4200, it likes.
it likes that timing everywhere. So we're gonna throw it back in it up there and keep rolling.
Okay. We'll put more timing up top. 1 degree is all. We did hit 230 degree air inlet temp on that one. We're a little rich on fuel too. Up top, the very top. 16 pulls. That's probably more pulls than I've ever made in my life on all my cars combined.
Pretty good. It's gotten better. 496. 536.
I think we're gonna find out that we're about there. It did pick up a little.
So that's the 1 degree there, right? This,
Yep, that's it. It did pick up a little. It's not a lot.
we still haven't broke 500, right? We're 496, 536.
I think we might just try 1 more degree coming further back. We might miss 500. You just never know.
I was hoping for a lot bigger numbers than that.
So our volumetric efficiency is dropping fast.
Not a good thing. 5,700 RPM is really changed. Our timing was 26.6 degrees, 11 pounds of boost. The boost is staying solid, like it's staying right there. Yeah, I wish I had a back pressure sensor, but I don't. It's requiring a lot less fuel above 5,700, which basically means it's not making as much torque, it's not making as much power up there. So that's when it's rolling over heavy. He's pulling fuel up above that point, scaling this out to higher boost levels because it's probably going to be similar.
Felt so weird in my feet.
Fell off right there a little bit. But didn't like that timing right there. It liked it before that point, and didn't like it after that.
So this is our gain from that 1 degree.
Well, that's actually a loss.
Oh, it lost power.
It lost.
Out past.
It gained a little right here, and it lost up there.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's a significant loss out there. That's weird. Fuel pressure's good, oil pressure's good. 27.7 degrees of timing, 11 pounds of boost still. We're much better on our closed, look, 1%.
Oh yeah.
So our closed loop compensation was basically non-existent on that pull.
Yeah.
So that fixed that. We're figuring out where it likes timing. So it didn't like that up top, but it liked it around, looks like 5,000-ish. So I think he's gonna leave it there and maybe take some away up top. We're gonna pull a plug and see what it says to us as well. Yeah. So far, I don't know. It just,
Been a dream.
I mean, it's changing when we change stuff, but nothing, no big jumps, you know. I'm afraid it's our headers. That's what I'm afraid of. Especially the one outside's so restrictive. I don't know what we could have done because there's a frame rail right there. Like, you have a tube chassis car, you have room to make big, nice, longer tube headers, but we may have to look into something with that. But He's thinking it looks like an airflow restriction, like that motor just can't breathe. The only thing in that system that makes any sense for that would be the exhaust. As the RPM goes up, it's kind of falling off on torque like crazy, which shouldn't be happening. It's a real pain to get to. It's easier for the bottom. You can kind of see the timing mark there on the middle of the bend of the strap, which to me looks like it's pretty good. We'll let the professor look at it though. He knows more than I do.
Don't look too rich, does it?
No, it doesn't look too rich, no. Y'all tell me. What y'all thinking?
More boost, 20 pounds. And I'm thinking I'm gonna have to go to the dentist after I leave here. Every time.
Clenching your teeth? I saw you ducking and covering over there.
She does like this.
Everybody's been wearing earplugs, guys, so don't worry about that. Squeeze is having nothing to do with this.
She's been over since like 30 minutes.
I know. You just can't get her into it. They're number 8 non-projected tip. I got some new ones here.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Hey, what do you got that after?
I think it's
Take them
28.
out of the box.
No, they're 28, I think.
Gap them like that.
Not like that, no. We tap them on the fender.
There you go.
Gap them.
Well,
New plugs. These are only the ones I have that match each other. I think this came out of grease gun. No? Maybe we could have Since it seems to be kind of where it wants to be on fuel here and timing, we're going to turn it up a little bit on boost. See if it hates it.
There's about another spring in it. This thing's about to take off. Start soaring.
that's okay.
That is a smaller diameter.
Well, that's gonna be tough.
Yeah. It doesn't even start compressing until it gets, it's such a short spring. Yeah, it's stiff, yeah. So what do you think we should do? We're gonna go test our spring pressure. Yeah, I've been in here before. Good old days.
Alright, so I'm just gonna set this thing up for roughly 1.5 inches. Like what we had over there.
So here's what we have.
That's what we had. Alright, so what is that, about 64?
It's close to 70.
Is it close to 70? Okay.
Yeah, it's like probably 68 pounds.
68. Alright.
This is the only other springs I brought that match each other. Ooh,
Oh,
that's so like 95-ish. More boost, right?
well, hang on a second. So we started out with this, right?
Whichever one of them two is softer is what we had in there. I don't remember.
I thought we started out with this one.
And that's what gave us 5 pounds.
Yeah, but each one of them was. Alright, so that one is.
35-ish.
Yeah. Okay, let's see what this one
So
is.
35 gave us 5 pounds.
Let's see what this is. And this is not an exact science, Payne.
Right.
This isn't even science. What am I Okay, so that one's about 42.
22. So an additional 40 pounds gave us, was it?
So we're going to be gaining 30 more pounds. That should give us 5 more pounds.
There you go. It is science now.
Yeah, but
When it works, it's science.
yeah,
Right?
if it works, it's
Yeah.
we'll claim it.
Yeah. We took the 2 big ones out. And we put the small one in by itself. We'll see how much boost this is. I'll have my eyes on the gauge. Hopefully it doesn't go to the moon. We'd love to see like 15.
That had to be better. What? It's your headers. They're restricting.
It felt good from the outside, didn't it?
Yeah, it's going crazy, but it's just those headers, I bet you.
It lost about 100 horsepower, 50 pounds of torque.
It lost 100.
Yeah, almost.
So it made 17 pounds of boost at the end of that run, which should be a ton of power in theory. It was trying to pull a bunch of fuel, which means it ain't making no power. Oil pressure is good, fuel pressure is good. 243 degree inlet temps, 18 degrees of timing. Top.
That is the previous pool versus this pool.
More boost, less power.
Makes sense.
Our timing though on our last pool was 20,
I think it was almost 28.
now we're at 18 degrees. So it's got 10 degrees less timing there because we're at a higher boost level.
We'll just start throwing it in. That's all we can do. We got to pull fuel out of the end of time.
Yes. Less fuel, more timing. Above 5,000, it just took off on wanting less fuel. Which if we did have like an airflow restriction like you're talking about with the manifolds, the more boost you throw at it, the more that's going to be a problem. It sounds crazy. Like it makes a lot of noise.
Feel it down in your bones.
It would make more sense to me if it had really small turbo on it or something, you know, because I've ran into that problem with other cars I've owned where I had too small a turbo and just turn the boost up, it doesn't make anymore. Our science worked though on the wastegate spring. I mean, we hit right at 16 pounds, it creeped to 17, so.
Who knew we were signed?
Yeah. So he's making a bunch of fuel changes up top, taking fuel out. We're going to add some timing back in. I'm not sure how much. I'm going to pull a plug and see what that looks like. To me, I think that's the timing mark there. It looks like we're super safe, like it could take a lot more timing. I'll let him look at it now.
Throw it to it.
Yeah.
Don't be scared.
Like here's kind of where you want to be, right? Is that what I've been told.
Yeah.
So that means more timing the farther it goes over, right?
That looks like we could put some timing in it, which is what it just did.
Yeah. So he added 3 degrees of timing to it, and he took out a bunch of fuel up top, and they were going to send that to the ECU. See what it makes.
I probably have my eyes closed.
It's better, but it's not better than it really was on low boost. It's better than it was on the pull before. As you can see, just like the pull before it suddenly just dropped off like it hit a brick wall, and it does the same thing here.
Yeah.
It's got to be exhaust restriction. There's nothing else that explains.
What did it make on it?
It made 491 and 562.
So we were making that kind of number, though, on lower boost.
Exactly. So I'm going to put that up here. It's got more torque through the middle on lower boost, more horsepower through the middle, and
So we
that's
added
torque.
3 degrees of timing and took out some fuel, and it went up to here.
Right.
Yeah.
Added 3, but we really didn't change their fuel rate.
Because of closed loop, yeah.
Right. We just added 3 degrees of time.
That's a big jump
And
with
it
3 degrees.
Brought it to there, but it still wasn't as good as we were on 11 pounds of boost. It was a little better on torque for a split second.
3 degrees, that should be 21 degrees of timing and 17 pounds of boost, I think.
Yeah.
So 5,200 RPM, it just hits a wall.
Yeah, it's got to be exhausted.
So is there any reason to try more timing at this boost level or not?
You might raise your peak torque up a little bit, your peak horsepower up a little bit, but when they fall off that much in the middle and stay down like that, that's not a good sign. High exhaust back pressure can cause it to float the exhaust. It can literally cause it to.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
I wish I had a back pressure gauge on it.
Yeah. I thought I heard it misfire a little bit.
He said he saw some sparks at one point.
Sparks.
Police did.
There was a few sparks.
Yeah.
Where from?
Right here, I don't know.
Oh,
Found the
the
engine?
exhaust. See, you're losing usable RPM when it drops off sooner like that too.
Do you think turn it back down to 11 pounds?
Yeah, I think it's better last thing. I think it's back on 11.
16.8 was the highest boost reading right there. 743 pounds of fuel, 44% injector. Oil pressure's good, 86 pounds. Fuel pressure's good. Because we're nowhere near our fuel pump limit. What I thought was going to be the limiting factor wasn't limiting us today at all. There's no point in turning it up.
Nope. It doesn't want it.
This is a 5 pounds of boost pull.
Yeah, look how much usable RPM you lose.
Because it's choking.
It running into the brick wall.
Yeah. So this is 5 pounds of boost, and this is 17.
Look at all this usable RPM that just evaporates. This is the best on 11 pounds of boost. So it makes a lot more through here, and it falls off here. So you're still losing. You're brick walling pretty early on 11.
Wow. So I had a decent gain there, but it fell off after 5,400 RPM. That's why I always like tuning them like that, like at incremental, yeah, instead of just going from nothing to everything. I think we're calling it here. So it's losing more up top the more we turn the boost up, so it's just getting choked.
Well, it
We may
wasn't,
run at 500.
and it wasn't a complete. I mean, the car's still together, so that's good.
I mean, it made half the power I was hoping for.
We should just go ahead and get panels for it. Just saying.
We'll run it at the track and see what it does at this power level. Go from there.
All right.
My home built unbalanced big block spun to like 6,500 multiple times without losing any oil pressure. We got the same oil pressure we had when we started. Didn't overheat at all, not even close.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, we'll figure out our issues and make more power later. Yeah, if I would have tuned it like that on the street, I would have never thought it was making less power probably on the street. I'd probably be like, oh, it's better, it's more boost, it's better.
Oh, it's from the power charger.
Right, yeah.
And then,
It's definitely a different world doing it here.
well, you're welcome anytime you want.
So it's
Do it on
In-Tune
Motorsport.
In-Tune Motorsports. So check them out. What's the best way to get a hold of you?
Don't. No, I'm just kidding. Just call me.
Okay, I'll put your phone number on the screen right now.
I
So-
answer the phone every day.
Well, I learned a lot. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
My heart's a little
Anytime.
broke, but you know.
Well, I'm just happy you caught the hummingbird.
Yes, yeah.
I did call her. She was so nice.
That was the highlight of her day.
To live
Yeah.
for another day.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly.
We wouldn't be doing it if we wasn't leaving the puddle, huh?
Shit, wait, look how the
Pick up the
gravel's
gravel.
got so sticky.
Heated them up.
That thing's hooking a car wash right now. He said it would like scuff the slicks and make it to where they, you know, are ready for the track. And that's true. It definitely did. All right, let's load it up. Tail firmly tucked.
Oh, we're not going to hear the end of this. He's going to pout for days.
I think we made 20 pulls. We definitely found a restriction today. Hey, the river. This shows you right here how big of an issue that we have. So you can see this is where it's making power and this is where it's falling off because it's not making no power if it wants less fuel. So mid 5,000s, it just falls off. What a cool guy, huh?
He's super nice.
He was just like an open book about what he's doing to it and really a nice guy to work with there.
He didn't care our crazy kiddos were there in his shop.
Yeah. You don't always get that, guys, when you deal with businesses. You probably already know that. So check him out if you're in the East Tennessee area or willing to drive, one of the two. Who had the lowest guess on power?
Squeeze?
Was it Squeeze?
Probably.
So Squeeze won.
That's one.
So you won.
Yay.
Winner, winner.
What was her guess?
858.
So even the lowest guess, we were way off. 878. And we made like 497 or something. We didn't even hit 500. Don't show them that anymore, honey. Don't show them that. They don't need to see that, yes.
Oh my god.
That's not relevant anymore, okay?
How long are you gonna cry about this?
I'm gonna cry for days. If you ever wondered if Sleeper Dude is honest with you guys, this is the moment that you need to realize that I don't hide stuff, okay?
Yeah.
It made like half what I thought it was gonna make.
Too honest sometimes.
Y'all wanna see the water while we're here?
Why not?
Come on. I'm about starving to death.
I'm
I'm
thinking
about
of
to
fall out.
I'm thinking.
It's like almost 3 o'clock, guys.
It's in a day.
We have not ate.
We did have a little snack, so that was.
I didn't have a single snack. I had one drink, is all I had. I guess I could just back up to the boat ramp and let her roll out there.
Oh no.
Should.
No. I have a lot of anxiety at boat ramps.
Why?
Just like ours going to the water.
Cars in the water, it's like your biggest fear, right? No shoes?
Yeah.
I like the color on that Nova. That's a Lincoln, son.
Oh. Yeah, pretty color. Looks like your old motorcycle.
It does, doesn't it?
You want to talk about that?
Sadness. Y'all didn't know I was taking you on a vacation today.
No, I don't know.
That does not count as a vacation.
It's pretty down here. Too bad you didn't bring your fishing pole, Marge. She's a fisher, I tell you.
I ripped her lips off today. It's a good day to fish. See, it's overcast.
It's floating, and Marge is nervous. She won't even get on it because it's floating.
And look, it's like the screw is out. No, back up, Terry.
See anything in there, Squeeze?
No, I put my feet in there.
They ran away. Ralphie, you could live right here on the water, you know, live in the boat.
I don't know.
I'm glad we got this done today because tomorrow's Squeeze's birthday. You know, she wouldn't want to go to the dyno on her birthday.
No.
Well, she looks good on there. I will say that. Looks real nice on the trailer. It'll be interesting to see what it runs, though, at that power level. Well, that was the highest dyno number I've ever made. Like I said, my Maverick made 474, I believe. It was also getting pulled in second gear like this car was. So we did beat the Maverick's numbers, but I don't know how that'll translate to what it runs at the track. There's a lot more variables go in it. The Maverick ran a 660 in the 8th mile at 106. We'll see. I mean, it should be a solid mid 6-second car or better.
Murph! Hey, buddy!
Can't see nothing. Where'd he go? That's called steam and power right there.
Don't touch it, Ralphie.
It had them rubber balls on there. I just had to get them off.
Oh, really? You had to clean it off?
I think I'm letting out frustration. What I'm doing. It does a great burnout.
Yeah.
That's the first good burnout we've done in the car.
I'm just saying that rubber was literally liquid.
Yeah, it's like liquid.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Yeah. She's hot. Pour one out for your homies.
There you go. Just when you think you've messed with these race cars long enough to know quite a bit, you learn new things, you know? I learned a lot today from him, just like watching what he did, like especially with the learn table stuff I'd never done. He showed me where my files have been going to, and I had no idea where they were going. I should mention too, 500 to the back casings is a lot of power, okay?
That's true.
Like, we haven't even drove it on this power level yet. That's a lot of power. It's nothing to laugh at for sure.
Right.
It's quite a bit of power. We'll take it to the track and see. Sometimes dyno numbers don't always correlate to drag strip numbers either, because I've seen some cars that did pitiful on the dyno that were really fast at the track. So we'll just have to take it and see if the dyno is doing the same thing as the track is, you know?
And she stayed together, so that's a positive. For
Yeah,
sure.
my unbalanced cast piston, built at home big block that needed board, stayed together, did what it's supposed to. Valve covers are leaking. I need to put new valve cover gaskets on it. I actually bought a catch can, and we need to put that on there so that it doesn't vent right out onto the valve covers like that. I have a problem with venting valve covers correctly, I guess. I mean, the only thing in the system that makes any sense why it would be a restriction would be the exhaust system. I mean, it's got good heads, it's got good cam, it's got a big intake. I don't see anything in the system that would make me think that there's an issue aside from the exhaust. I don't want to change it just yet, though. I want to see what she runs.
Well, your casings didn't rub this time, so.
Oh, yeah. Our new suspension and everything. We had no problems with rubbing. We were going way over 100 miles an hour there on the dyno. Big thank you to QA1. We really appreciate their help with this video. Go check them out. They make some really great suspension products. We may have to hit them up on the front suspension depending on how this thing goes to the track. The front struts on this thing are pretty old. No reason to replace them until you got a problem. The brakes are much better now. That's just part of it, guys. Sometimes you find an issue and you got to figure it out. So we'll figure it out. Big thank you to the sponsors that were involved in building this car. Summit Racing, Comp Cams, Trick Flow Heads, QA1 Suspension. We really couldn't have done it without them. Holly as well, they were a huge part in this. I really love using the Holly Terminator X tuning software. It's really user friendly. But you can check out our website at
DSleeperDude.com.
and you can check out our second channel.
Sleeper Dude 2.
Our third channel,
Sleepy Dude Arm.
and Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at
Sleepy Dude 88.
and Rumble.
Sleeper Dude.
Exactly, they're getting it. They're really getting it.
I almost forgot that.
But we had fun. It was really neat to get to take my time on the dyno. I've never been able to do that my entire life, and to actually tune it and see what it does. Very interesting what we learned there. The engine definitely wants quite a bit of timing compared to like when I tuned before with like LS motors. It wants more of the timing I was putting in my Maverick than what I did with LS motors. All right, well, let's go see some other goat babies. Fastest goat in the country right here. Whoa, whoa, whoa. She's just going their speed. She's way faster.
She's super fast.
Look at this. See how fast she is? Woo! She slid sideways on the brakes. Rocky's really picky about coming out on the wet grass. A lot of times he won't even come out if it's raining. We had to wait for it to quit raining. If we'd have had you there, we'd have got a lot more goat stomps out of it, I bet.
Here you go.
There you go, bud.
Hey, baby. Rocky Junior.
Oh, here's a goat.
She hasn't been in here before.
Pretty that.
That's Wall's favorite, isn't it? He's like, don't touch me. He don't like it. He don't like it. You better put him down. Oh, he don't like you a bit.
It looks just like her. Pretty.
He is pretty. Ooh. You should see her headbutt the cat. It's so funny. We don't even have to call her in. She's already over here. I think she got all of it.
Yeah, I've seen that too.
We didn't forget you.
Ooh.
That's what the people want. Ooh. You think you're something.
See, I got to say that. That's my whole life.
You're just sticks and twigs. You better back up.
She just doesn't even like headbutt him. She just goes up.
She is quick to bow up, isn't she?
Yeah, and not do anything. And remember, Jesus saves, and Dollar General's every 7 miles. Wow!
Don't worry, I took Squeeze out for her birthday to a fancy restaurant.